starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10.
Hello, everybody. Oh,
Hello.
I forgot.
Everybody.
Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, one of the amazing Friday nights, and it is the 1st of November.
Yeah.
I do apologize. I know I haven't talked to most of y'all since last month.
Good one, Watt.
Don't take it personal.
24 hours is rough. Pretty rough, dude.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I say calm because wait until the 5th and the 6th. That's going to be depending on how things turn out. Well, either or, it's going to be bad either way.
Circus.
Yeah, I think and I am saying if Trump loses, you're going to have a lot of pissed off people. Not like the first time. It's going to be, instead of being shocked more or less, it's going to be straight to anger. Now, if Harris wins or loses, I think we're going to see a lot of, oh, that's not true, this and that. Oh, he didn't win, and everything they accuse him of doing, they're going to, well, if he did it, why can't we? That type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
You plan on going out? Well, let's see. How many people has already voted?
Me.
Put a one in chat if you already voted. A two for no.
Tuesday, yeah.
If you put a two in there, you're one of the brave ones, I guess you would call it.
Once I get off Tuesday, I'm coming straight home. I'm not even going to take a chance.
Yeah, I've been, kind of staying off the internet somewhat, trying to get things done, and oh yeah, B and Lake both, TNT, Twister, TH2, all braving the 5th.
I used to vote on, election day.
Yeah.
And then I discovered an early voting place even closer to my house. And I'm like, wait a minute. What have I been doing all these years?
Yeah, I
And
was.
it goes out to the parking lot. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I'll go by the voting area here in, well, mine, and I'll look, and there was no line, and I was like, I wonder if they're closed or something. So I went there and there was like nobody there. And I was like, oh, I might as well do it. I was in and out so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's initially how I did it. I went in to see if there was what type of wheelchair access there was for my pop, and
Yeah.
if what I needed, what documentation I needed to bring with me, because I have to fill out his ballot because of his handwriting. He can't, you know,
Yeah.
he can't fill in the oval circles, and they were real nice, and there was barely anyone there. And I'm like, hey, here's my license, and I voted. I'm like, get that one out of the way, and I brought him the very next morning.
Yeah.
Convenient.
Was it just as busy or
It, it,
not?
it was well. It's like at a rec center. So half the cars in the parking lot are people are doing other things, and then in the center.
Yeah.
So the 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 stations were all the way around the perimeter of the room. It was only one room, and then there were the center line of the room. There were the stations were back to back. So I don't know, maybe 35, maybe if that, about 35 stations where you could stand and, in privacy. And it was in and out quick. So,
Yeah. Ours was like in a row and they had little dividers in it.
mhm.
And they had a lot. And I think there was more people working than there was waiting. Because there was all empty booths for me to go into. I was like, wow. Yeah, I might as well since I was checking it out. Um, and I had a certain T-shirt on. Nobody said anything about it. I mean,
Really?
it wasn't picking one side or the other. It was kind of stating a fact, I guess you would say. That I well, I guess it was one side, but I guess
Hmm.
you had to read it to understand it.
Hello, Lake.
Oh, you're watching us on TV?
Big screen.
Ooh. Blah, 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 blah. Uh,
Yeah, because what B was just talking about for special needs and all. Um, Not this go around, but last November when my mother was still with us, uh, she had to go in a wheelchair, obviously. And oh, those people were vicious. Sir, you can't put her ballot in the machine. And oh,
oh
God,
boy.
they all over you. I'm like, lady, relax. So that's why I double checked this time because I'm just like, I don't,
Yeah.
they're
I,
so
I'm,
worried about
I'm probably
interference.
the same. Yeah, how easy it is to get in and how long of a wait there's going to be and stuff like that. Yeah, I yeah totally understand it. And like I was saying, the T-shirt I was wearing and stuff. Of course, I probably wouldn't wear it on here just in case. But um, I did notice a lot of videos coming out, and you really don't know if they're true or not nowadays because so much stuff is faked anyway. Is people standing outside of a voting area saying, "Oh, they won't let us in because we're wearing a hat, a red hat,"
Right?
and um, the thing being said, unless it does say one person or another, all the hat usually says is "Make America Great Again."
Yeah.
What?
But,
How is that political?
but what
Well,
sense does that make that you can't support your candidate or support your government even by wearing a shirt like that to vote?
Yeah,
That'd be like saying all right, Bushcraft, you can go to the Lions game, but you cannot wear any Lions paraphernalia. No
Yeah,
Lions paraphernalia whatsoever. You know.
I think B nailed it on the head. She's going to wear orange and yellow striped vest and dump her purse into a trash bag.
You go.
Get him, B. Go get him.
you got to make a video of that, B.
Yes, please.
As long as you got on clothes and you don't have anything derogatory, then I don't see where it should be a problem. You know.
Yeah, I do understand there's some things like um, certain bad words
Yeah.
related to
Yeah.
the other side and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I
None
kind
of
of
that.
understand that, but you in the 80s, 90s, there was none of this. You know, you could have put some really bad stuff on and nobody would have even flinched. They, aha, and moved on. You know, nowadays it's like, oh, my feelings are so hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got people walking around with Alabama shirts on, man. What is going on? You know?
As long as you don't see a litter box outside the polling place, then you know if someone identifies as that.
Dude, I think I'll probably move out of the county at that point.
Yeah,
Might
I
buy
was
some real estate
watching
in Florida.
a thing about my cousin Vinny, and the, it's supposed to been take place in Alabama. Um, Evidently, the place that they had lined up for where they were going to record it in Alabama um, had too many certain relatives, so they went to Georgia and filmed it.
See? I'm glad we could help them out. I'm really glad, man, because, yeah,
Yeah,
that's tough.
you can actually go to the little mini mart, the one that
Yeah.
The sack of suds.
yeah, it's still there. You can go visit and everything. The courthouse and everything. I forget the county and everything, but um, yeah,
Yeah.
and it was somewhat based on a real story.
Yeah.
The writer actually witnessed some of this, and
Good old Fred
I
Gwynn, the judge. That was a good
mean,
movie.
before
yeah,
you had emails and cell phones and stuff, and you had to rely on fax to get credentials and stuff sent over, I mean, I imagine it could happen real easy.
yeah,
You go in there with a suit and act like you know what you're talking about. Who's going to question you?
yeah, and there, um, I guess uh, either the director, one of the top people, producer or director, um, contacted the New York Bar Association and asked them what's the the longest somebody's failed over and over, how many attempts that they did, and then they got it, and it was in the hundreds. Somebody
Yeah.
failed the bar over 100 and some times, and then finally passed.
Oh, I
Uh,
bet.
and that's kind of how they based it. It was really interesting how all of it lined up and everything.
There was a lot of funny lines in that movie too.
Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
what's her name? The girl,
Marissa Tomei.
to
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
He
yeah,
won Academy Award for that movie.
yeah, which that was scandalous right there.
I always thought she was a pretty woman.
Oh yeah, yeah, and the the psychiatrist of on The Sopranos was supposed to do that part.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
and she had family issues at the
Hmm.
time, so she had to pass.
Yeah. Just think it ought to the certain actors or actresses that got cast and something happened or they had bad scheduling and the movie could have went a totally different direction, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like pretty sure you heard of the movie Shrek.
Yeah.
You know, Mike Myers did the voice of Shrek, but he wasn't the first cast. Chris Farley was actually cast to do the voice of Shrek and had recorded about 90% of his lines. And of course, you know, he died.
Yeah.
So the rest is history, and Mike Myers got the gig. So, you know, who knows what the movie Shrek would have been like? It still would have been popular, but,
Oh
you
yeah.
know,
What did
different.
Robert say? What do you call an MD who graduated last in their class? You
Doctor.
call him a proctologist. That's where you start at the bottom and you stay there.
Literally. Yeah. You ain't working your way up this ladder, buddy.
No, you're as far as you're going, buddy.
Man, this year's flown by.
Oh
It
yeah.
has. Scary going by.
2 days, it'll be Thanksgiving.
Oh my lord.
Oh,
At
I'm not even
this
ready for
pace, what happened to those 2 weeks?
that.
Yeah.
Well, is it timing down? I don't know. Let's wait and see.
Ooh,
No. Hey Sandy, how you doing?
you know, I tried to go out and find a Guy Fawkes mask, and I could not find one. You know, the mask they used in V for Vendetta.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, let's give this a go. And by the
you
way,
got
I had to take off at least for a while the funny video because I don't want to play any videos at the moment.
you could double up and put two nasty jelly beans. That'd even it out.
It's going to land on nasty jelly. Ugh. I need more suggestions to put on here.
Oh, what's
That'll
the
work.
odds of that? Right in the middle.
Question from chat. So if you have a question for somebody on panel, go ahead and ask it in caps or something so we get to see it. Woo! I don't have to eat a bean. I think it was a couple weeks ago. Somebody posted a comment said I should get them the world's sourest gumballs or something, and eat that on. And I'm like, I don't want to be sitting there for 20 minutes trying to get down a gumball or something.
That's a funny way of putting it. Yeah, we heard from him the other day, Diane. He's killing squirrels with buckshot.
Grace, yeah, my son's doing good. He's doing physical therapy and all that fun stuff, and uh, I think it's twice a week now. Still waiting for the doctor to send a referral.
Man, that is insane.
Uh, I said probably be faster if I walked up there and walked back with it.
That's been what, a little over a month now.
Oh yeah, well since yeah uh, the 18th of last month was a month.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
going on 2 months. Like I said, we had to go over to the emergency room to get the staples removed. Yeah, it's a long process. And since it took so long to get the referral to physical therapy, he has to work on strengthen his muscle up. So, and he said he needs to change his diet to where he's eating a lot of protein and all that stuff.
Yeah, that helps build muscle.
Yeah, it's he's a finicky eater though. Me, I would, well, not anymore because salmon's too dang expensive. When I used to lift, uh, do more weightlifting and stuff, I was taking uh, what they call animal packs.
Hmm.
It's a pack of vitamins. Some of the vitamins were huge, and I got to where I was so used to taking them, I would take the whole pack itself and just drink water down. I probably couldn't do that now, but and I would eat like a lot of protein. Um, I'd have protein shakes, and then I would have salmon for lunch and dinner, which I I really miss lifting weights. Once you get into it, to where it's not like you're doing it to stand in front of a mirror and make funny faces and stuff, but just to get healthy.
Oh, that's half the fun, the funny faces. Yeah. Just hope it ain't like with your mom. If your mom ever said, "Keep doing your face like that," and it's gonna get stuck like that. I said, man, please don't let that happen to me.
Hey, Mister Cheddar Pepper Prepper. I like how he had to have add the Mister on it because Jeff kept calling him a her.
Did I see his icon before come up backstage?
Oh no, that was me switching
Oh,
you,
oh, okay.
and I need to readjust those so I know where everything's at. They're all scattered everywhere on this one.
Hmm.
I didn't know I could actually move them. I could probably rename them too, possibly. Oh, I could. Okay, that would be easy to figure them out. Um, but I do. I last few days I've been working on a little project. Um, kind of um, basically what it is. I'm working on a website, so um, it'll have information on there. And like when we do the survival seed thing again, um, I can have people sign up there, and it won't be so hectic than if people just sending me emails. Because when somebody sent me an email saying they wanted this or that, they would send me an email saying I want to join the collaboration. Then I would have to send them an email back. What seeds do you want? And they would say, "Oh, I want lemon balm." So I would just send them an email back. And what's your address? Back and forth, and it would. And if they had other questions or like that, these emails would be 10, 20 uh, back and forth conversations, which is not bad. It's just when you had I had like 40 45 people wanting seeds. It got hectic.
Yeah, I bet.
And then I'd get emails back saying, "Oh, well, one of them was a mouse ate my seeds at the mailbox at the post office." I'm like, "What?" And he sent me pictures of the seeds. You could tell that something chewed into the package and everything. It ate his seeds. I'm like, and then there were so many squish seeds. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I think I'm gonna get a lot of the bubble wrap and put it in between the seeds in between the bubble wrap this time. I have to get the vineyard chicks to send me some jelly. That way I can get some bubble wrap. But yeah, whenever I switched it over to do um, the the Google thing, um, that was so much easier because it lists everything there and had the addresses and everything, and so much easier.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because
Yeah,
next year it's going to be bigger than it was this year.
yeah, because there's a lot of people uh, want to join in the middle of it. Well, there's still some that did after it had already started.
Yeah, yeah. I got to do some things in the garden this weekend. I got
Oh,
some garlic planted last weekend.
yeah, I need to um, get out there and clear my beds because they're all. I was wanting to, burn except for my tomato plants because you always throw those away. um, I've seen a lot of people put tomato plants in a compost bin. The only thing if there's a fungus or anything that is on that tomato plant, it'll survive in the soil until you use it again. So if you're using that same soil um, in a tomato in your tomato bed or something, that it can spread to your plants. So I always throw, even if they look all healthy and everything, they can get so much stuff from just um, after a frost or when it's sitting on the vine just dying. It can get so much stuff, especially if you're not using the the gene thing where they splice so they don't catch anything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, GMO or whatever they call it, GMO seeds or
Yeah, I've seen where they'll splice like a different breed of tomato on a different tomato bottom
yeah,
or something like that. Yeah,
yeah. That's what like on the website I want to have different different pages and stuff. Maybe have like some gardening stuff and some forums and stuff that people can go in and read and leave comments and all that kind of stuff. Websites used to be a big thing back in the day.
yeah. Now it's just an app or something.
Yeah, and a lot of apps are fine and everything, but a lot of information is just for one person, and you don't know where that person their growing area is or anything. And that's some of the stuff that we ran into with the survival seeds. Um, a lot of stuff didn't grow because it was too hot in places, or they didn't have enough time for it to grow in other places. So that's something we're working on.
Hmm.
Uh,
Well, they say we got up to, I think it was 84 today, but I don't believe it. It felt a lot hotter than 84. There wasn't no way. It felt like it was about 90.
oh, really? It is cool, nice and cool today. We've had a lot of winds in the last couple days.
Might have just been me, but I don't know. Pretty warm today.
Mhm. Well, right now it's 44.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, we're mid 80s all week. Next week too. And unfortunately, there's something heading into the you know where, another low.
Oh,
Yeah.
Bay of Campeche, maybe. I don't know if that thing's spinning up. That's these people down here have been through enough.
yeah. We were just talking about that um, before before you got up here, because Walt was talking about they're having trouble hauling all the debris and trees and all that away.
Hmm.
And I said, that's why I kind of wonder what does Florida do with all that stuff, because some years they get hit like 3 times.
Well, they use a lot of it, pulpwood. So, and then there's a lot of people use it like for mulch and ground cover and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah,
So there's a lot of big grinding facilities that will tear up the wood debris, but it's the other debris that they gotta
yeah, that's
haul out. The
like
stuff
the
that got flooded and
drywall and the insulation and the roofing material and all that kind of stuff.
yeah.
I mean, I'm still seeing a lot of trucks picking stuff up and taking it somewhere, but just not seeing a whole lot of them now. And at this pace, dude, this stuff's gonna be sitting here for months. It's gonna be sitting here until next year
Oh
Oh
yeah,
in some
yeah,
places.
months. Yep.
a lot of your firewood will be ready to go by next year.
Dude, I'm still getting loads every day. I'm going out. I'm finding different spots.
Oh
I got all type of oak, pecan. Uh, found a few hickories. I'm gonna have a whole barrage of smokery for the grill. I'm gonna fire the grill up just to fire it up.
yeah, I think. Let me see what the weather is supposed to be. Yeah, the high is going to be 58. The low is in the 30s. And then we go back up to 70s, 75, 80.
I don't know, for the night, I think they said 63, 64. Feels nice.
Yeah, if you guys are going out Tuesday to do your voting, please be careful.
Jeez.
Pay attention to everything going around you. I know there's going to be a lot going on too, but it's hard to say. You know, it's one of those important days that some crazy can take advantage of.
Oh, for sure.
I went to Goodwill last couple days to see if I could find anything. They're not old. It's all a bunch of new junk. I mean, I could just get a couple spoons and forks and stuff like that, but I was wanting to get some of the older stuff. That way it fit in
Yeah.
a little bit better. But
Do y'all have other thrift stores up there, or is it pretty much like the Goodwill?
just the Goodwill. We have an
Gotcha.
antique store that um,
So they're
certain
proud of their
certain
stuff.
yeah, they want to sell it because it's a collector thing. But sometimes
Mhm.
they do have sales that because they have this one big building and then they section off sections and sell stuff on consignment in different booths. Um, and sometimes people come in and say 30% off of everything in this booth, and that's where you make out pretty good.
I went I went to the flea market this past weekend, and it's a pretty nice day. Pretty much every booth had somebody set up on it. Man, there was just one guy. Man, it looked like he brought his entire house with him and set up out there. He had one of everything, and I ended up buying some stuff from him, but he was way too proud of his cast iron pans. He wouldn't budge on them
Oh,
at all. Even if I bought, I said, "Well, what if I get more than one?" Nope. And then there was this, what was it? The Night Rider. It was a Night Rider lunchbox. And I asked him how much he wanted for it. And I was just going to get it, because I mean, heck, one day it might be worth something, or when is it? You don't see them no more like that for sale hardly.
yeah, kids
And
don't carry lunch boxes anymore. If they
it
do,
was
they're plastic or they're the fancy
for a little
bags.
bag, yeah. But I mean, it was in decent shape, but of course, it didn't have the mug. But he wanted to way too much for it. So, man, I was thinking I wasn't gonna hassle with him. I was thinking, man, he could have made a few more bucks. I really did want some of that stuff, but he would not budge.
Okay, let's see here.
Catch him this
Um,
weekend set up. Hmm.
what year was the wreckage of the Titanic located?
Uh,
Located. Okay.
2006.
No, you're way off.
I'm too
Me?
late to Google. I'm too tired.
Oh,
Chad will get it.
1958,
Oh, you're kind of close. You got the numbers backwards.
85.
Yep.
I was way off on both of them.
Yeah.
Huh.
What what year did the Titanic movie come out?
So 99?
Was it?
I
I
don't
remember.
know.
I remember. Uh, we got the double cassette. I I it was okay movie, but my wife liked it more than I did. I'll put it that way.
Seemed like it was in the mid to 90s. I can't remember the year. Yeah. Remember when?
97.
97?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I was 9 years old. I was like, man, everybody's. Yeah, I remember that shit. They kept showing the interviews of people, and it's like, yeah, this is my sixth time coming to see the Titanic. We love it. And I'm thinking, man, I'm lucky enough if I could stay up late and watch Tales from the Crypt. These people going to the movies 10 times for one movie.
Yeah. I remember when I was in Phoenix when um, Empire Strikes Back came out. I
Oh
see,
yeah,
and it was at the movie theaters for 2 months, and and on the weekends I watched every episode, every showing, be- mainly because I was that was my job to clean out, clean in between the showings. I had to go through and clean up after people, and then when it came back on, I sat down and watched it again. And I used to know every line,
Mm.
watching it so many times. And then after school, sometimes I'd go down and watch it because I could go in anytime I wanted to. Uh, I didn't get paid, but I got to watch movies whenever I wanted to, and I could get free popcorn and soda. I couldn't get no candy, but I got the soda and stuff.
Couldn't beat that. You was living like a king.
And the weekends I would get hot dogs. So it was a good arrangement for me. But yeah, that was fun during that time. And I remember when it first came out, and um, they actually had somebody dressed up as Darth Vader out there out
Mm.
in front because there was
Yeah.
people waiting in line to go see it, and they had somebody dressed up as um, Darth Vader, and I dressed up as a long-haired Luke Skywalker.
Mm. Hippie Walker.
Yeah,
Well, the time I went to Vegas, there was a guy, you know, all those like street performers and stuff, and there was one of them was Darth Vader, and man, guys that do that stuff, man, they put a lot of time into those costumes.
oh yeah,
Man, it was real good.
yeah, yeah. We were on the news for the first week. The news company to go down there and film, and it's still full line. People are waiting to get in, and then the next show, and then there's still people waiting in the same line for the. They don't have that nowadays. I don't think, unless it's in the Chinese theater thing when they
What's
have
that?
a big thing where you go to the movies and there's like
Mascots.
lines and lines. Now everybody stays home and
Yeah,
watches on TV.
you figure, almost probably what, 10, $15 a ticket or something. You know, family of four go out. That's 100
Yeah,
something bucks.
yeah,
Getting a candy and a soda, and you can stay at home and get your own snacks.
yeah,
Watch it
and
on your streaming service.
not to mention drive-throughs. When's the last time somebody been to a drive-through?
Oh Lord.
It's been,
What do you mean?
Probably.
or not a drive-in, not a
Okay,
drive-through.
uh,
uh,
probably about a year.
I'm gonna say probably 40 to 45 years.
Oof.
Really?
Yeah.
They don't
Uh,
have. It seemed like Florida would have some.
back in Jersey.
Oh yeah, definitely Jersey.
Yeah, Strasburg still has the oldest one.
Plainfield Edison Drive-In. I remember that.
They got
Decades
one.
ago.
They got one here right across the river. Snow Cap Drive-In, and it's still in the same family. I don't know if they opened in the 50s or the 60s, but it's been open ever since then. Pretty much the same menu, same stuff. You know, yeah, it was probably. I think I went there last summer, so it's been over a year.
I got to stop answering questions like that. I just aged myself.
Yeah,
Like what?
okay. This isn't live. He can edit it out.
Wow. Yeah. You were 5 years old in Minnesota. Ooh.
Minnesota, don't you know?
Yeah. Now in Phoenix, they did have a huge one that had multiple screens all the way around. I mean, place was huge. And they'd have, um, well, it depends. Sometimes they would bring as many people. They charge by the car, and then they charge by the person. So we would always hide people, and then all these people start coming out like a clown car, and we sit there and watch movies. And that was the cool part because it was not just one movie. You usually
Oh, the
got to watch
drive-in.
2 and 3 movies.
There's one in South Carolina, probably about, I don't know, 35, 40 minutes from me called the Big Mo. It's a drive-in theater. But it's only seasonal, and during the season, it's only open like on the weekends.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't. They might still have one going in Strasbourg here. Let me see.
Yes, that nostalgia. I guess that would really tell somebody's age if they could remember a drive-in. Because that was definitely yeah.
Well, they used to have a website. It looks like they might have changed the name. I don't remember it being called Lens. It's been probably about 5, 6 years since I've been there.
There's one in Georgia. I don't know about it. It ain't on my radar.
Yeah, here it is. And I'm not going to show it on just in case. um, oh, they're doing flea markets now. $10 per space. That's a good idea. Uh,
It ain't bad.
well, they're closed for the season. Figures they'll open again on the 4th. Let's see if they
What month?
uh, the prices there are $7 per person, $3 per kid. Kids under 5 are free. They only accept cash. Um, they've been in business since 1937.
Wow.
Yeah,
And that's a drive-in.
yeah.
Man, that's 100 years.
And I think it's the second oldest one in the United States and the oldest one in Ohio.
I hope it survives to see 100.
Yeah.
That'd be something. Hmm. Gotta look it up. I don't know how old the Big Mo is.
Um, South Carolina. I don't know if they have a website or not. I don't see anything. They have a Facebook. Yeah, they're probably still open. Weather's nicer down there. Yeah, it's hard to say. I don't see anything on that. Oh, well, the birth of the multiplex on this day in 2005. So that was 4 days ago.
You're the one. You're the one.
Uh, First time in 54 years, the little drive-in, more than one screen. Oh, okay. So it's 54 years old.
Which one?
The Mo one you're just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, I just looked it up. They're actually open this weekend, today, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Oh,
They got they
there's
got
the
three
website.
yeah, three screens. So that's pretty
Venom.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, Venom, Wolverine, Beetlejuice, and the scary movies.
the wild robot thing.
That's more movies than I thought they would have had. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was uh, real young, they actually had barbecue grills in the front rows to where you can go up and grill, and they'd have like a bigger area for like the kids to play and stuff. And I remember grilling there at the movie theater, and then go back to the car and eat and whatnot.
See, that's what
And
I'm talking about. I like that idea.
yeah, and I think they pretty much got away from that because they lose money. But the thing is, you just go in and buy the pop and the popcorn and all the goodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them do have the playgrounds. I remember that too. The swing sets and the teeter totters and things like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I've seen some people, even like my buddy, they just bought a projector, and you can hook it up and make your own big screen. Make it as big as you want.
Yeah, we have. Um, there actually used to be a movie theater here in this town, but it had closed long ago, and it was just just a building. I think there's people lived up in the top floors or something like that, but it had burned down one year, and they had cleared it out, and there was just a hole between two buildings, and um, I don't know. There's somebody that was taking something or hitting a bottle or something. They made some funky, weird park thing going on. They'd had weird scaffolding on one side, and on this side they made a wall of grass. I like I said, I don't know where they were going with it, but at one point, after the grass died and everything, they they painted one of the walls white, and they set up a projector and was playing old Disney movies for the kids and things. And I don't think they do that anymore though.
Still do that as some places around here, like our local minor league team, the Green Jackets. Like on off seasons or when they don't have games there, some nights they have movie nights. You know, you can go out there and you can sit out on the field or in the stands and watch the movie. They got this huge projector. Um, but yeah, of course, location, availability, what's around you. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't around when they had one here. I remember the building being there when it was already closed right before it burnt down. Um, which is sad. We have just a regular um, movie theater in a plaza, which is if you go in during the daytime, um, I think before 6, it's a lot cheaper. Like it's
Yeah.
like $5, $4.
The matinee.
Yeah. We used to go. We used to take the kids, and we used to get the big popcorn and the two large drinks, and everybody would take a hat with them. So I'd fill up everybody's hats and go up and get another thing of popcorn because it was free refills on the largest.
Oh yeah, why not? Yeah, you might as well.
Yeah, and then the next day the kids all had greasy hair from the butter.
Oh, Dapper Dan, man.
You smell like popcorn.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's a new cologne.
Yeah, perfume de pop.
Yeah, every once in a while they have like when a big movie comes out, they have they dress the people who work there dress up, and sometimes they have little acts and stuff going on.
Yeah,
I remember during COVID time, they uh, they actually sold popcorn because you couldn't open, so they sold popcorn. They filled big bags up and sold it, and everybody went down to buy it, so they would stay in business. Because if not, we have to go down to Zanesville or New Philly, and it's like $12-14 for a ticket.
mm, yeah. Now they got one opened up here a couple years back. Shit, you can just sit at your seat and you can order a cheeseburger, or you can order a beer. They'll bring it right to you.
Oh, yeah, they have a thing to where you can order on your cell phone,
Yeah,
or you can order it when you order your ticket. You can order your food, and
yeah, yeah.
because you pick the spot you want in the movie theater, which is odd. Is usually you just go in. Oh, there's a spot. I'm gonna get in it.
I
Now
like it
you
because I always like it. If I haven't been in forever, but if I did, I always like the aisle seats so I could stretch out a little bit more. You know?
yeah. I do. Have to admit that the seats are better than they used to be. You get these big old nice recliner seats now.
Yeah, but then you run the risk of falling asleep or not seeing it.
Yeah. Just don't get too comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah.
happens to the best of us.
Yeah, we've had a lot of helicopters the other night. It was going crazy, and uh, a lot of them was from the hospital, but it was strange.
Yeah,
Here,
we've seen a lot more traffic, but I guess I just accounted for maybe they're still assessing damage, or I don't know.
okay,
Uh-oh.
Uh oh,
yeah, get my
wrapping
jelly
it
beans
around.
ready.
Bag of beans.
Oh, wow!
Oh,
Another question from chat. Wow, two spins, and I haven't got the ickiness. So let's see who's going to get to ask the question first. Come on. I was um, here last week. I got to watching Fallen Skies, I went watched all 5 seasons. I've already seen it again, but I rewatched it, and a lot of interesting things that were. Um, um,
Sounds familiar. I don't think I've seen it though. I'm pretty
it's
sure I've heard about it.
it's when aliens came and
Okay.
um, took over, and again, it not only did you have to worry about the aliens, you had to worry about humans because humans were almost as bad as the aliens.
When did this series come out?
Around 2010 ish, 2012.
Hmm,
Let me see. 2011.
okay. The big 1-1.
Year before everything, the world ended.
Yeah. Well, we all got Mandela'd. I don't know if y'all have any big lots in y'all's area. Y'all heard of the store Big Lots,
Oh
Yeah.
but
yeah.
the couple, I think, I don't know how many's in the area. I think we had two. Both of them's closing down. They've already got their closing down sales going.
Hey, Ginger Ninja, good to see you.
Uh, Went in there the other day. I got a few spices and some things, but I said, well, I'll give them about another week, see if they mark anything down anymore.
Yeah, I
But
went and, the other day, went in there. Um, there, just like hardly anything on the shelves. I just usually just go to the clearance. Um, but yeah, like the cereal, there's like 5 boxes on a whole row.
wow,
And I asked them, I said, you guys ain't one of them that's closing up, are you? And they said, no, we're not supposed to. And I
Hmm.
asked, and they said they ain't got a truck for weeks.
man, they're small lots.
Yeah.
Man, that's false
and
advertisement.
and I noticed the same at Walmart. If you because I used to stock shelves, so I know how they pull things up and everything to make it look like it's full and everything. And you look at the where Walmart stores all their stuff is on the very top shelf. Um, Once you start seeing that top shelf disappear, and then you look at the shelves and there's nothing behind it. There's just like one row of corn or something like that. It's You start to wonder what's going on.
Hmm.
I have noticed that about certain stores in the area about certain products. And then one store won't have it at all for a while. Hadn't had it for a while,
Yeah,
but I go to another store and they got plenty of it, and I'm like, you know,
yeah,
I know, I know it's two different entities, but I mean the logistics is getting it here one way, so logistics could be able to get it here two ways.
yeah. And I've noticed like the one video I was talking about, the grocery wholesaler telling people what they should be stocking up on and things like that. That has got a lot of views all of a sudden. Um, and I was looking at my list of like the videos and stuff, and monkey butter, how to make it, and how to can it.
Hmm.
Yeah, people like that. Yeah, like you said, food wholesalers. Yeah, I definitely would lend to hear to something that they would say because they're seeing the trends. They're
Yeah,
seeing the trends before we can see them. You know.
Yeah. And a real odd one, because I look at the list, my list of what I'm getting views on and stuff a lot. And one of the things that all of a sudden started getting views is the gene slicing of pig meat and stuff. It's
Really?
when they were splicing some pork into certain plants like beans. So
What is the purpose of that?
so your beans would be like pork, and kind of weird, pork and beans, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
bacon
and all of a
infused
sudden,
tempehs.
that video started getting a lot of views. Um, Let me see if I can find another one here.
Yeah, I need to look into that. That definitely sounds
Here you go.
interesting.
I don't know if I can actually get the video to pop up. If I can click on it. Oh, there it goes.
Just be careful.
Yeah, I'm not going to play it or anything. I'll just put a link.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't even remember most of it because it is one of those interesting videos. Let me post a link.
It's like can't remember what state it was. Well, no, I better just post. I better just send a link to. Never mind.
Yeah, monkey butter one. The Q countdown website is fake. Remember that one last year. Uh, Harvesting pineapple sage and drying it for a certain group. That was 2 years ago, and these are videos that are coming back all of a sudden. And another one is how to make wine from grape juice. Um,
These are your videos, right?
yeah, just these
Okay,
are all my videos that have started getting views all of a sudden.
I gotcha. Well,
And
that's good.
breaking news: where is Prepping 101?
Yeah, that was funny. I mean, it wasn't funny that it happened, but
Yeah,
yeah, the spin.
and Kel chips dehydrated recipe short is going, and that's 4 years old.
Man,
How to make dehydrated cucumbers. So by by this, what I'm seeing in my videos is people are wanting to know this stuff again. If it's starting to rise back up again, it's not like I'm getting 200,000 views on them or anything like that, but it's in the top 10 videos.
what would you do with dehydrated cucumbers?
Um,
Ugh.
I love cucumbers.
well,
I,
you slice them up, and then you can put the panini stuff on them, or you can,
oh,
um,
like a chip.
yeah, and you
Okay,
dehydrate
okay,
it, and
I gotcha.
you dip them in uh, like potato chip dip or something.
I'm always down for a chip and dip.
Yeah.
Grace, where are you finding turkey shaped butter? My
Oh, it's a
lord.
thing.
That's got to be a New oh, you did one of the five boroughs up there in NYC. Because we didn't have that in Jersey.
You got to go down to the Bronx.
Yeah, but that's up. You got the batteries down. B, you found it at Publix too? Dang.
Huh.
I know the salt and pepper shakers, the Thanksgiving one should be coming
I
out.
like them. I need to try that. That
Yeah,
might be pretty
Veggie
good.
chips. And the kale things. Oh man, that I had so much kale that I had my whole, and I still have the same dehydrator. It's one of them round ones that has the trays. I had
Yeah.
every one of the trays filled, and we went through that batch. Um,
Make chips with that as well.
well, it's not. It's kind of because it once they dehydrate, you bite them and they just dissolve in your mouth.
Okay.
The
Yep.
cucumbers you can slice them a little bit thicker and dehydrate them, and
Yeah.
they're
Put your little
good.
seasoning on them and dehydrate them.
Yeah, and I like to do the spicy ones. So
Ooh,
like you can get the taninis or whatever you call
I might try that.
that spice, or um, Tony's you put on there.
Yeah, you could put whatever you wanted on there. Really.
Yeah, and some people will will soak them in vinegar first and then sprinkle their seasoning on it and then dehydrate it.
To give it a little bite.
Yeah.
Put some fresh dill on top and dehydrate them. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Now, dill, I can deal with dill, especially on my salmon
Oh yeah, I love fresh dill.
or sour cream. Mm-hmm. So Dana said she saw a decorated Christmas tree today at a discount store. I I think they were up in Home Depot before Halloween even hit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
It's,
Walmart already has theirs up. Soon as I think today is the day when they start that.
yeah,
What I found very interesting, I'm trying to stay away from Swedes, but I went looking for Halloween stuff because today's the day to do it.
right.
Um, and there was the decorations and this and that, but the candy's all gone. And I
man,
asked,
Yeah.
I asked in Big Lots where it was, and they said they put it back for next year.
really,
Some people buy it and freeze it.
Yeah, but
man.
that's what was said, and I went to three different places, and they all said the same thing. It's put back until next year. That's because normally you go in and you can buy it 50% off, 75% off. It's just they're putting it back now.
That's crazy.
My sister works at a Home Goods down here, and she said the Halloween is like 50, 60, 70% off, and Christmas is practically all in. And
Oh yeah.
people are just, but one woman spent, I think she said $16,000 in one shop. And well, it's a lot of people out on the beach in the beach communities that lost everything.
So
So
she ended up with 5 bags.
I know, but it's yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
It's like one of the things we do. Once it gets a little bit closer to Christmas, there's some customers they call us every year religiously, and they want us to come out and put up their Christmas lights.
Oh,
And there's this one couple. This lady, I promise you, if she goes in and there's discount Christmas lights and stuff, she's clearing out the shelf. She's not even playing around with them. And every year, I promise you, it seems like she adds about another 20,000 lights. 20,000, it seems. But yep, every year they call us and we go out. We send somebody out there and put up their lights for them.
oh, Vineyard Fixer in
Who's
here. I forgot to tell you, uh, not last week, but the week before. My son loved your little goodie box, the candies and stuff, the snack box or whatever
that,
it's called.
that's nice of them. I was saying, what is for you to go out? I'm assuming you're in a small cherry picker or whatever. If you're doing lights, um, what's the charge just to put lights up? I mean, is it a standard?
I don't know that particular price per se. Most of I mean, we do get new people that call us, but the majority of them is just people that just call us back each year. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're getting some type of loyalty, some type of price,
Mm,
It's pretty much just a standard labor fee, you know.
Right.
Most people, they already have all their own lights and decorations. Maybe they can't go up on a ladder or,
Right.
who knows. But most of the stuff is done off ladders. We've got a ladder for every size, and we do have different lifts and stuff if need be. But
Mm-hmm.
most of it's done from on the ground or a couple ladders.
or they just call Watt up in there to hang it up
What
on
they
the
do,
second floor.
There they do.
say, here, pass this up there for me. Give them a hand on the second floor, why don't you?
We used to get lights up with a paracord and a 2 ounce or 3 ounce pyramid sinker for fishing.
Like a weight, yeah.
Oh,
Yep, chuck that up over a tree and then up go the lights.
yeah. Nowadays they just leave them up over it all year
Yeah,
round.
I left mine up so long that this was years ago that the bulbs started to they they faded out.
The color,
The color, yeah.
yeah.
Just take it down.
I used to decorate the yard up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got a complaint that the blinking lights were keeping the neighbor up, and
Oh, wow.
that's what they invented curtains for.
Man, nice neighbors you had.
Just have.
That's like still, and I hope they'd still do it again this year. There's this house over there with my grandparents when they were still alive. And since I've been a kid, every year they put up these blue lights. And it was just it was the simplest thing, but it was just that color blue and it just looked it was beautiful.
Oh yeah,
And every year they do the blue lights. And it's just a thing, It's a thing I look forward to every year. 'Cause it's always been there.
yeah. And we were talking about that kind of um, that there's very few Halloween decorations in town, or it used to be we had a thing whenever we were driving through town and it was Christmas time. Um, what side the kids were on, that whoever spotted it first, they would say my side, and then we'd look at the lights on whoever side it was, and it was just something we do when we were driving around and stuff. And last probably 5-6 years, it's like nobody nobody does decorations anymore. I mean,
No.
there's a couple here and there, but they usually just keep their stuff up over all year round.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like
So,
it used to be where you, well, at least in this area, it used to be to where it was a real dark night and it was close to Christmas time. We'd go through and see all the decorations and the lights and stuff. But it's just not the same as it used to be.
No.
I don't know if you just don't pay attention to it now or what.
noticed, I don't know, maybe they started doing it this week. I was down, in and out of downtown here a couple of times this week, and I already started seeing the lights and the Christmas stuff
Could
up on the
be.
poles. Yeah.
Yeah, our city does that too, but um, we've lost a lot of trees because they have the trees that come out of the sidewalk, so they don't get real big or anything. They usually decorate those up.
The ones that was in the sidewalks around here that blew over, they pulled up the whole sidewalk with it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
They just pulled up the whole little square of concrete that it was attached to.
Well, ours was not from wind damage, but bad drivers.
Mm. Oh yeah, that's a whole different hazard.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hey there, Pat. Good to see you. Oh, yeah. I don't know if they still do it, but up in Columbus at the I'm pretty sure they still do it, but they decorate the whole zoo area and they have a section to where you can go ice skating and stuff. We used to go up there during Christmas time, and you could walk through where the animals and stuff would have been, but the paths that you would take to get to each of the um, different animals, they had it all decorated, you know, the pathways and stuff, and animatronics and all that stuff. It was really cool. The kids loved it. And then we go ice skating. I remember the first time we went up there. I was the only one that knew how to ice skate, and they asked me how to learn how to ice skate, and I said I fell down and cracked my head open.
Mm.
That'll do it.
And I said after that happened, I became a good skater, and I actually tried to get into hockey, um, but I had a very bad temper when I was younger, so I was always in the penalty
Yeah,
box.
I was just gonna say you didn't have much ice time because you were
No,
too busy
I'd get
checking.
out there, and as soon as I would get close to get that puck, somebody would bang into me, and I would and then tackle them, and then, and that's a whole new style of of fighting is
Well, sure, because of your
standing up
footing.
and
Hmm.
trying to swing and not spin around and flop down.
Well, that's why you only can use one arm because the other arm's holding on to the other guy's jersey.
Well, that's things you have to learn. I remember the first time the dude ducked and I went and did like a figure skater and I was spinning around. I couldn't figure out how to stop. Yeah,
Oh boy.
it was fun though.
I know one town over at one of the big parks they have. I don't know when they set it up. Seems like they do it before Thanksgiving and they do it for like a month. But they set up this big ice skating rink and people can go out there and skate. I don't never attempt it. It's cool to watch people do it to know how to skate, but I'm just not that guy.
Yeah, and there's a big difference in the skates that you rent from
Oh, sure.
the ice skating place, and then um, the hockey skates.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So different, and it was actually easier after I got used to the hockey skates to use those because you didn't have that. I don't know what it's called, but there's a little thing in the front of your toe,
The
and
break.
if you lean too forward, it would stop you and fling you
Yeah.
into the ice.
That's just. I guess you'd call it a serrated break or whatever.
I don't know what it's called, but it's made for uh,
Quick stop.
um, the oh
I'll never have to use it. I promise you.
I know speed skaters use them because they got to take off. All right.
well, see that's what you would think that um, hockey players would have. but you actually get more speed going in this way than you would tippy toe in. Oh, figure skating. That's the other thing I was thinking of,
Yeah.
because they use it to when they hit that little thing in the front. It they do a spin off of it, and that's how they do their spins.
We used to, when we had the opportunity, we used to out in the backyard up in Jersey. We, if the hose was working, and it was a good pack on snow, we'd just turn it on low, and we'd have a rink in like, I don't know, 6 hours. You know, just kind of spread the
Oh
water
yeah,
all around, and it stayed. I
that's what
mean,
it
we
is.
got
Toe pick. Yeah,
toe pick. Okay,
yeah, I remember it now.
yeah, that's what I called it too, Grace,
Not to be confused with topaz.
or toe jam.
Exactly.
Or
It's
tampon.
cool. It's cool when they set it up though, because I mean, heck, in the South, that's the only way you're gonna see somebody skating. Is
Yeah,
it ain't gonna happen naturally most times.
I remember this has been ages ago. Um, they brought in snow to Tampa for
Yeah.
people to play in the snow, and
Hmm.
there people never even seen snow before.
I'll bet that was wild. Yeah,
Yeah, that was when I was a kid. I don't
we
know.
used
I can't remember where they got it at or anything, but I remember them bringing it down, and the school buses took us to wherever it was. It was downtown somewhere,
we
and
used to
all.
have a local minor league hockey team. They took them out, moved them out of town.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting is Florida has one of the best hockey teams.
Yeah,
Yeah, my bolts. That's right.
dominating the professional hockey scene right now. Yeah, Canada cannot stand it.
Well, if only the Bucks could get on track.
Oh
I
boy.
It's week
know.
by week with them. 1 week they're setting
Hey,
records, and 1 week you just is like, who are these guys?
hey, Watt, you got a bunch of Cowboys coming your way this weekend.
Shit, they better bring everything they got. They probably still ain't gonna be enough, but at least they made an attempt to bring it. It's gonna be a good game. I hope it is a good game.
I don't know. The Cowboys probably won't show up. I mean, they'll show up physically, but they won't show up.
Yeah, your daughter's in Alaska, right, B?
Oh yeah, Alaska, I bet.
They might get a little bit of snow.
If not, it's still cold. Mm.
Oh yeah. Now, B, tell me, is the summer bugs worse in Alaska or Florida?
Good, good question.
6 inches overnight, other night. Oh, yeah. I've seen some shows where they're building and stuff, and that they'd had their uh, mosquito net over their face, and they were just, you know, it looked like they were harvesting bugs from the net. It was just glued to them.
They dip.
Oh
They
man, I don't
dip
know
them in
how you would
chocolate.
work without one of those nets. So it'd be up in your nose all the time and
Mm.
your eyes.
Oof.
Skeeters. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oof. Unlimited. That's horrible.
yeah. The one Eskimo guy said, he said, I hate summertime. He said he like nothing like the cold weather to get rid of all the bugs.
Right.
That's pretty bad. Usually, everybody else will say, "Oh, I hate winter. I can't wait till it's over with." No, they're wait they're praying for cold.
Oh,
I think I saw. I don't know whether it was National Geographic or what channel it was, but there was a herd of caribou, and the mosquito swarm was so thick that this herd was running full bore, full out, just to get away from them across
Yeah,
across a field.
yeah, they're just annoying up there because they get in your eyes and your nose and stuff.
yeah, that's horrible.
Hey, Grandma, how you doing? Good to see
It's,
you in here.
it's entirely too hot out here for such a small organism to be flying around terrorizing. You know, how can it even breathe? The gnats, they could be just as bad. They don't bite, but they just, yeah, they get everywhere.
Yeah, the what you call it's in the sand. You see them shows where they go sleep in the sand next to the water coming up, and they find out they're getting ate up by the. I don't. They're
Sand
not.
fleas.
You mean fire ants? Is that what it is?
No, no. They're like a flea or something that they'll
Hmm.
they'll bite them and stuff, and they'll have so many little bite marks all over them.
Oh,
If you watch that show, Naked and Afraid, you see it quite a bit, and they usually end up moving away from the beach and making a new camp and getting a fire going to get rid of the bugs. Sand gnats. Yeah. Yes. Sand fleas you can actually fish with, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched this one couple, they go out there and harvest them, and they take them home, clean them, and put them in the freezer,
Yeah.
and then take them back out, and they last longer on the hook.
Hmm.
The other couple I watched that um, they use these flavor strips. I don't know if they're flavored or anything,
Oh, the fish
but
bites,
yeah, scented things, and they'll stick them
hmm
on there, and um,
like a bubblegum color, like a
yeah,
yeah. Those are fish bites, or at
yeah,
least the brand.
yeah.
I've tried them. I wasn't that impressed with them. Maybe their formula's changed. I don't know.
Well, this they're on the other side where they get waves and stuff coming in. Um, the east side of Florida.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that had
No,
anything
that
to
shouldn't.
do
It's the same type of fish.
with. I forget the name of them now. The fish
Whiting?
there's a certain season for it
Is it
that
whiting?
they would come down. I can't remember the name of them, but they were really really nice looking fish.
In the surf.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and they said um, they were actually getting out there before the last hurricane you guys had, and they said they were actually out in it fishing. No, it wasn't perch. I forget the name of it, but
Hey, Karen.
um, they would they had like three poles each, and they had them all tossed out there, and they were pulling and fish left and right. A lot of times it was the catfish and stuff, but
Only thing I can think of is maybe pompano.
yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
They're good eating.
Yeah, that's what they were after, and they said there
I
was
don't
a
know if I've
certain
ever
time
had that.
when they come down, they either go down or go up. I don't know which one it was.
I've heard of it, but never eaten it.
Yeah, and whenever they got one, they were so excited. And there was um, one of the cranes or storks or something that they named him Harry or something. He opened the um, the ice chest that they had
Yep.
and stole their fish and was running down the beach and they were chasing him. I'm like, how in the heck did he
I
open?
had a snowy egret. He was all white. I didn't own him. It was just, free,
Yeah,
in nature. And I swear that bird used to follow me from the boat ramp. And I know none of you are going to believe me, but I'm telling you this happened. And he'd follow me in my trailer. And when I'd back in, he'd fly right down on the picnic table. This is when I used to harvest fish. And he would literally stand, like he was arm's length away from me. And he'd just stand there, had this huge beak on him. It wasn't a great blue, it was a snowy egret. And when I fillet the fish, I cut the entrails out and all of the stuff you don't eat, and I just toss it to him. And I
yeah,
mean, he'd eat all day there if he could. And then one day he stopped showing up.
huh, yeah.
Oh,
There, I remember when in Dustin, Florida, when I used to um, work on the boats down there. Um, we had a cat that would come down there and set up there and watch you clean a fish, just waiting for the scraps.
well, there's some docks where, I mean, they're the guides that come in their triple engine center consoles and
Yeah,
come off, and they clean right there before they let their clients go and settle up and whatever.
yeah, that's
And
what
there's
the
huge fish under that dock. They're just waiting for the scraps to go down into the water.
yeah, that's the way it was. Um, they would back into their little areas,
Hmm.
um, and then right at the backside of the docks, they had these little stations where
Right,
it had a
cleaning.
little roof over top of it, and you could hang some fish up if you wanted to, or and then you just and toss the stuff in the water.
If you do a search on the tube, just like type in hand feeding tarpon on dock, and there's a 180-pound fish taking a woman arm all the way to her elbow just to get a piece of fish.
Mm.
What are we on now? Are we still on Skeeters?
Oh,
Just whacked one a few minutes ago. I guess he didn't get the memo. It's over.
okay. See what we get this time. We get the same thing. I may have to reset the thing. No, 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 no.
Mm.
Okay, you want
Do
to
we
get?
get to pick what color you take, or
No, I just stick my hand in there because you can't tell what it is
oh,
because the two there's a good one and a bad one of each color. Oh, I just go like that. Oh, it didn't come out. Oh, don't eat that, cat. You won't like it. Dang, I just dropped it.
the 5-second rule? You can pick it up,
Well, I don't want the cat eat it. I don't know if it's bad for him
right?
or not. I dropped half of them. Okay, I guess I got an orange one. See, people say you can smell them, but I think if you squish it a little bit to where it breaks the. I still can't do it. I don't know
No.
if you can see that right there.
Would you get the old dirty shoelace flavor one?
I don't know what the hell it is.
Grace says, make the cat eat one.
I think it's supposed to be a mango or something.
That's too funny.
It wasn't that bad, but I think it might have just been old. Because they've been sitting here open in front of my desk for a good while.
Too bad you don't have any duck flavored jelly beans.
Duck flavored.
Yeah, it's a joke between myself and the Vineyard Chicks.
Here's
They probably make them somewhere.
There he
Got
is.
some exotic candies.
there you go. That's fuzz nuts. Even though he doesn't have any. And I got something popped up and it won't get off
Oh
the
yeah, duck
screen.
tartare flavor.
Duck tartar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the bean boozle. The
Oh,
label's
bean
yellow,
boozle.
so you can't hardly see it.
Mm.
If you ain't gonna be able to read it or anything, but if you look at the back, they have two different flavors for each color, and they look the same, so you can't tell which one's
Oh,
which.
okay.
And yeah, sometimes you get a good one, sometimes you don't. I think one of the worst flavors is the popcorn one. I think that was horrible.
Really?
And the stink bug.
Oh
Um, Joe loves the stink bug.
man.
He got the stink bug so many times. I think his son picked out every one of the stink bugs and then threw all the other ones away and said, "Here,"
Mm.
because every time.
Uh, just imagine somebody's a taste tester.
Oh, I
Nah,
know.
needs a little bit more stink. Good on the bug, a little bit more stink. Perfect.
Duck tastes good though,
It is. If you cook
but
it
I don't know as a jelly
the right
bean. I don't know
way,
if that would be good.
it's got it can be oily. You gotta cook it good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know that the popcorn was supposed to be good, but it just ugh.
Mm.
I I would probably I don't know what the opposite of the popcorn is, but it's probably better than the popcorn one. Um, I forget what some of the other ones were, but yeah. I actually think that one what you call it, the sour cream and or the ranch flavored cricket that I ate is
Mm.
better than the popcorn one.
Mm.
Mm.
Pretty specific.
Yeah, I actually did a video of the soda, and there was one that was buttered corn on the cob. It was actually,
Soda?
yeah, it
Oh,
was actually pretty
Wow.
good.
mm,
I was dreading drinking that, and I was like, oh wow, that's actually good.
can't even think what that would taste like.
Better tell TH2 about that one.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah, in Roscoe, which is next to Coshocton here. They have a candy store where they have different weird varieties of stuff. So maybe I'll go over this week or something and see what they got, and then add that to the wheel.
B, are you talking about those stores in the mall that they had like it was set up with like clear plexiglass like doors and you could scoop out whatever flavor you wanted? I mean, like the whole wall was full of like jelly beans and different candy.
Oh,
Remember
candy
them?
shops.
Yeah, I can remember them years ago.
Yeah, they're probably, especially with the, well, I already said it anyway. COVID.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember the old days when they had the, well, even in the bars, uh, they had the pickled eggs and stuff. You reach in and
Yeah.
could you imagine that nowadays?
And
Oh,
I
look,
wouldn't
the
be doing
germs I'm gonna get. I can't have that. It's got germs on it.
No, 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 no.
All the chemical, or not chemicals, vinegar and the spices and everything. You ain't gonna get no germs. You might get the
Yeah.
some gas and some poopies, but
Pretty sure the pickled vinegar pig's foot will take care of any germs on it.
yeah. And they used to have bowls of popcorn and peanuts at the bar and stuff, and I bet you they don't have that anymore.
no. And back then you never thought about it. It was like if you were belly up to a bar and the bar tender or barmaid, whatever, she'd just come around and refill the peanuts up and refill. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah,
no one thought
That's
about
good
it.
because it keeps you
yeah.
thirsty. It keeps you buying more
Right.
beers. I had a bar. Shit, I'd give you as many peanuts and pretzels as you could handle. Hey, probably buy another 4 beers off a dollar of peanuts or so.
Well,
Yeah.
you know why no one got sick is because the alcohol
He
consumption
killed everything.
and
Yeah.
everything.
Mm,
Well, even the gas stations. Well, and I don't know if Circle K still has it, but they'd have them hot dogs that would be there for a week.
Yeah,
Just
on the
turn it
stand.
on those little bars, those heated bars,
Yep.
and everything could fall on top of it.
Hmm.
People sneezing or anything and
Heck, 7-Eleven still
coughing.
has them.
yeah. I promise you, I've eaten my last gas station hot dog like that.
I know. Wow, you have a lot of issues with eating out. I know.
Oh yeah, I'll eat pretty much. I'm not picky at all. But yeah, I don't play those games anymore.
No.
I've been disappointed and let down too many times for them to trick me again.
I'll still take the old New York City dog in the hot water that's been there for a week. That's the best.
Never got the courage. Uh,
Now there's this one little mom and pop's place, and they're still open now. And it's a gas station. As long as I can remember, you go in there, And the only thing, I mean, they sell snacks and stuff, but they got this little old school style little hot dog steamer warmer. And half of it's your hot dogs and your buns, and the other half is they got sausage dogs and buns.
Hmm.
And dude, I don't really care too much for a hot dog anymore, but I don't know what kind of hot dogs they got, but there's some good hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
They're like
Yeah.
a red kind of hot dog. I don't
Yeah.
know, dude.
If I gotta have them, it's a Hebrew National because the other brands, well, you know what goes into them. It's just like,
Yeah. Well, the used to be um, uh, hot dog vendors and stuff. They would actually pour a beer in with the water,
mm-hmm.
or a couple beers or whatever it was. But that I was never a big fan of hot dogs in water and stuff. Um, I like to roast it over fire and whatnot.
Sure.
But um, that's actually really good. Gives it flavor. It's not like
Mhm.
watered down hot dog.
That's the
Yeah,
barley malt hops are working on it
Yeah.
when it's heating up.
Oh yeah. Don't forget that
I thought that was okay. Sunday. I'm gonna
Sunday.
do
Yeah.
mine. I'm doing mine tomorrow night.
Do you
gotta
actually have
reset all my
clocks that you have to do
VCRs.
that?
What's that, Bush?
Do you have clocks that you have to do that?
Most of
Actually,
them are electronic. They do it themselves, but
yeah.
like the oven, I've got to do. Um, my cars, I got to do, and my folks got an old wind up wall clock that needs to be done.
Yeah, most of the time I got the
And the
clocks that
phone does it itself, so
just do it itself.
yeah.
I'll wake up and say, "Dang, feel like I didn't go to sleep yet."
I didn't somebody try to pass something in one of the houses to ban that just to stop it altogether.
Some places don't
I don't
acknowledge
know.
it. Like Arizona or I
Oh,
don't think
they don't.
Hawaii acknowledges it.
I did you ever wonder like where there's a time zone like Central and Mountain, and you can see it on a map of the U.S. and it'll be a line, but then it'll go 90 degrees and then it'll cut back this way.
Yeah.
So if you're right on that line and across the street is an hour later and this side of the street is an hour earlier, how do you know what time to be when and where?
Well,
That would be hilarious.
You know what I mean?
there's there was somewhere that somebody's house was on one of those, and they said they go take a leak and come back in. It took them an hour. I mean, half the house you put clocks on one time, and half
Right.
the clocks are on the
I
other.
don't know how people deal with that.
Yeah.
You know, oh, you told me 3 o'clock. Yeah, but it's 2 o'clock. Yeah, but it's 3 o'clock. No.
What time is it over there?
Yeah. Mm.
Let's see. Um, yeah, it's almost here. Mute that. Used to do this more often, but I'm going to go ahead and send everybody over to Yogi Holler Farms. She is still alive, and here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there, and hopefully I'll be back to normal here Monday. If not in the morning, normal Monday night one. And I'm wanting to kind of find a day in there. I think it's going to be Wednesday where I'm going to have a Tincture Wednesday, or talking about herbs and stuff, teas and stuff like that. Um, and then Thursday, I'll probably jump over to the other channel, Bushcrafty, and do, fishing and outdoor type thing again.
Oh yeah,
So
got to get some videos going.
yeah, I do.
No, me too. I
Yeah,
got
I
to.
want to get out there and uh, make the crate that goes in the back of there. I was sitting there looking at a company called Yak Attack. That that crate
Mm-hmm.
that's like $300.
Right.
And I'm like,
Wow.
I'm just gonna get a two
Part.
milk crates and make
Yeah.
my own.
Yep.
Um, I seen there's a lot of videos of it now out there, um, but I think I can come up with a different way.
I was thinking about you the other day, Bush. My nephew, he does work for the state here, and he goes out and checks certain sites before they're worked on. Like he checks for gopher tortoises and all of that. It's environmental stuff.
Yeah.
And uh, he's now uh, flying a drone. He's graduated from that or up to that, and they said they wanted him to buy a kayak and they'd reimburse him.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, my lord, this guy's 6'7", and he's probably 340, 350 pounds.
Oh, they have them for the big guys.
I mean, I'm like, where are you getting a kayak like that?
What they cost? They cost a good bit. That's like $3,000-4,000. They're that you have to haul them. They have a trailer for them.
That's how the size I would need.
Yeah.
About how
Um,
big I am. He's got a few pounds on me, but
I
Well, no,
can't
I'm
remember
not
the
knocking
name.
his size. I just didn't know that
same
they,
range.
you know,
Yeah, and the smaller guys get these boats, and they'll walk back and forth on them because they're so stable. They'll go into the back because they actually have some of them that are meant for two people, and then the person takes the front seat out and they sit
right.
in the middle, and they have the pedals in the middle, or you can get where it's powered in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
They have all kinds of cool stuff. But I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us tonight, and make sure you head over to um, over at Lisa's Yogi Hollow Farms and tell her we sent you over there. And she always got good live going on. So we'll see you guys on the next one.
Not everybody.
Have
Good night.
a great weekend.
Go
Catch you later.
dogs.